Hi there, sign up Pisces. This is Kim here to do your reading. This reading is to provide you messages over the next 3 days that will help you. And yes, it may go out into the future past that point too, but that is what it's for, is to update you on this energy. And I'm opening up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels for these messages. It's for the collective of Pisces. However, Pisces can really be in your chart anywhere that you find it, and it could apply. You just have to know, you would have to know, I mean, heck, even with the signs, if you see a reading and it's calling to you, just ignore the sign and look for the message that, you know, you'll know, basically, you'll know if a reading's for you or not. The medallion, really coming out strong. That is something that's been passed down to you. Oh, wow. The father. Interesting. Self. Now, for some of you all, it's very literal. This is something that was passed down to you from your father. I mean, it's something very literal about that, okay? And interesting, because the self here is about finding a new, it's almost like a new identity, a new part of yourself. How you define yourself. It's about expressing this new aspect, this new thing that you've discovered within you. If you've had a father pass away recently, I'm first of all sorry, and with my condolences for that. However, in this passing, in that storyline for someone, it means that there was a new aspect of yourself that you've discovered through this process, or through this loss. The medallion doesn't have to be a physical object. It can be an inherited gift. It's something that's worth value. It's worth value. It's sentimental. It's worth passing. It means something to you. It means something to you. Let's go ahead and go into the tarot so I can find out a little bit more. I have the beast on the bottom, the animal, the beast. The father archetype represents the stronghold, the responsible one. That represents, in its light, it represents that. Sometimes, but the card also represents that energy not being there. So it's kind of a deep card. Okay, so I want to get some tarot on it. First, let's just ask, what is this thing that is passed down, or what is this about? The medallion. Three of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. The Devil. And some worry here. There's a fear, some sort of fear that is keeping us holding on to something from the past. And maybe it's related to your father, but there's something here of holding on to something from the past, something that What's interesting, though, with that, I mean, and I see that message here, but I'm also seeing on the Three of Pentacles, it says a spellbinding tale of cooperation, because it is about working together. The Four of Pentacles can be about building, but there's something here about feeling stuck or trapped. Why? Why though? Why is that message? I'm wondering if it has to do with finances, a financial issue. And this whole like strategy here is coming out with the Devil card. From 3 to the 4, about responsibility, about finances and things like that. So, a new part of yourself to be expressed. We definitely have attachments here of some sort. You're stronger than you realize. You have a mysterious Neptune energy here. Now, it could be also, there could have been some escapism or addictions even with Neptune causing something to be a little bit cloudy or keeping us attached or to that, to something physical in nature. But I will read the Neptune as being like mysterious, godlike intervention in an answered prayer. And I think that's what's happening. As we let go, so it's tapping on into your strength of what you can attract to you. An answered prayer in a very mysterious way. And obviously we're dealing with something where we're letting go of some attachments that we have. The despicable face is when I see this, when we're finally letting go of it, of caring what other people think, even if it's family. Even if it's family, because these are like self-righteous, judgmental eyes. And really it's like not caring what people think. Let's get the Three of Pentacles clarified with a different tarot deck just to see. This is one of those readings that has to be unpacked. And it's slowly as it goes, so I apologize. The Sun Splendor says something really good is coming, especially with this answered prayer. Tell me about Three of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Good. Okay, now that's the father archetype, all right? Perfect. Father archetype, the King of Pentacles, is a person who's, so you could be laying down the groundwork here, and they're saying to stay strong, because if you, especially if like you're supporting others financially, well, that is like your role in it. You don't have to be the father, you don't have to be a male. Like in this archetype, this is just the main breadwinner. It's the business-minded person. They've mastered how to get the finances to take care of themselves and others. They're the king of it. So you have a very strong strength showing up here. I don't think that's the new aspect of you. I think this is the you that has always been there. It's interesting that this row has the colors that are coming out. That's really standing out to me too. So you could be building, and this is saying like you'll be successful. There's reversals in this deck too, so that's why I'm using this one to clarify with. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. So upright, this is good. Distractions. Navigating distractions and challenges, especially if there's like a fear that's keeping us holding on really tightly at this time. Could be saving as you build though, but competition, 5 of Wands, competition, distraction. I have something really good coming, and I think that this is like wrapping something up for you, because they're 9s. So I have the Lovers. Oh, and I have the Devil. I didn't see that right underneath it. Person the Devil. Makes me feel like it has something to do with infatuation. Somebody really, really liking you, and even to the point of wanting to like keep you to themselves. You know, like they may be the fourth. They may feel, it might be another person that feels that way about you, or that this is how this person, if you meet them in the future, is going to feel about you. Protective. Overly protective maybe at times. Like this energy though. So I'm getting that. I'm getting a little bit of over control too, overly controlling. But there's a lot of like, there's infatuation, or there's a deep love, and there's a feeling of like, I feel like this is like there feels like a need to protect. However, that might make you feel limited in freedom, or somehow. It doesn't have to be your father. It actually could be somebody that is a partner, or somebody coming in that is like that. So I say wrapping something up because of these 9s. 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups. 9 of Swords is about worry, anxiety, trouble sleeping. 9 of Cups is about focusing on, you know, your wishes granted, like your self-satisfaction, self-happiness. What is this about? For some of you all, it's about leaving a situation that you've stayed in longer than your intuition has told you. Longer than you feel like that you should have. And that can be, and that for some reason there's this I'm staying in place energy, 8 of Swords, or I feel like I have to. And you have 2 couples on both of these cards. One is in chains and bondage, and the other is free. Empress in the reverse. Empress in the reverse. Okay, so they're wanting me to read this good. They're wanting me to read that as it's time to nurture, love, and mother yourself. No, and I feel like it definitely is good because of this Page of Wands. Something about all that you give. That you're very giving, but there's like a call or a need right now to love and nurture you, to fill up your cup, let's say. Could feel isolated, you know, it's because we're kept apart from your fullest nature, which the Empress would be like loving and generous and interact and mingle with a lot of people, and the reverse, maybe slightly isolated. We're kept away, kept apart. I'm sorry, these are different messages. They're all coming in, and they are definitely different. There's different people, different timelines. There's the Emperor coming out. You have the Emperor and the Empress. But the Empress is in the reverse, and the Emperor is in the process, of taking some sort of action. Let's get another deck and ask about why the Empress is here in the reverse. I mean, that's an extremely good power couple, you know, but I'm just wondering. And I saw the card that represents change, and then a new self, a new part of yourself. Give me more spirit here on the Empress in the reverse. Gift. A gift. Something you haven't received yet. Something you're going to receive. You haven't received yet. I think like it has to do with alignment. It's the stars. Like, so maybe this is fate or some sort of prophecy even. The stars. Recognition. The fish. And great fortune. Prosperity. A bigger fish needs a bigger pond. This can be talking about even relocation. I think they're saying it's time to give yourself a gift, or it's time for you to open up to receive, or get ready to receive something really big. Stars being aligned, great fortune, like it's here. So I definitely think there's some sort of strategy that's going to pay off in a big way. Some sort of mysterious answered prayer here with Neptune. And it's going to lead you in the path of like the flow of the river, which is the least resistance. So what about the Emperor? Because if the Empress is in the reverse, she may not be open to receiving. So maybe they're telling you to get ready. I saw him, the man with the sword, got Aquarius energy, or somebody who's very knowledgeable, professional. And then I have the wealthy gentleman, freedom. Prison in the reverse is freedom. Release from something. The end of a chapter. The candle just went out. That might be who has a infatuation with you, the rich gentleman or woman, if they're in their masculine energy. Maybe the person that takes action, that has a lot of fortune, like somebody wants to, I'm just getting the message, free you but keep you to themselves. Does that make sense? Free you but keep you to yourself. Keep you to themselves. Whoa. Going somewhere, the money's going to increase. And you're being told not to lose hope at this time. So there's a new you that's about to emerge, that's about to be expressed. You have somebody extremely interested in you. I feel like Spirit is saying that you could be in more of your Empress mode or your Empress archetype if you wanted to. And in fact, that's what you'll need to do to be open to receive this gift that is coming. The Hope card is like the Star card energy. And, yeah. So, we have Pisces, we do have this person of air. Now, if they're not an air sign, which could be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, then this person is just really smart and they have already developed like some sort of strategy here. And it may involve you cutting cords or going in a different direction, a situation that might not be working for you. Could all very well be professional too, like that, having something to do with going in a different direction with your career. Something's leading to great fortune though. What's the good news? Jack and Diane, which is the like breakup card or interference, going through a crisis, but the good news is that you're moving on from this interference and you're now going to be in this pioneer energy. This does say it's got your 6, so it has you, there's like a team with you. Could be talking about your spiritual team. Wow. Both candles. Boldness, destination, or bust, the cutting edge. I have to light you another candle so that we can manifest for you, if you would like. Something with passion, love, romance, creativity, something like that. Let me hang on one moment. Let me get a lighter. even a red light or two. So. Okay. Let's get a few more of the 108 Oracle. So your situation is changing, especially when it comes to what your heart really wants. Heart and home. Happy home, security, love, heart's desire, establish, fulfill, legacy. So changing at this time. Things are in a state of flux. You may be feeling that type of change. Wow. I have declaration, reclaiming your power, sovereignty, self-rule, or somebody even declaring how they feel for you. And this might even be somebody you don't know. I'm not really sure yet. Not yet, but you know what I mean. Not really sure. Could be different for different people. Cake, celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, honor, remember, recognize, wedding, awards ceremony, birthday, party. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the one that we don't see is the Magician, and that's you. So you are in alignment. You are the fifth element needed with that Magician card, or the Magician energy. So let's get an angel number. Wow, on the cut. 7 and 7, 7, 7. You are lucky. 2. Or you're going to be feeling very lucky. Gosh, I can't talk. You're going to be feeling very lucky. Let me get some water. All right. Better. 4, 4, 4. All right. Trust your journey. Trust the way your life unfolds. Trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment, and know that you are protected. So you're protected and directed at this time by the divine, by your spirit team. And that's what I have for you, Pisces, and sending you so much love. Bye.